trades that I was talking about, and it was really interesting. And I like the idea. I record myself. It's really annoying. It's really interesting. It's really lovely because it makes me accountable, but also sometimes it allows ego in my head, thinking that I want to have the perfect, to have this perfect screenshot for and perfect video for everybody instead of trading. So, or maybe you guys don't do that. For me, I'm vain like that. So, yeah. So, if we come here, this was so when I woke up. That's strange. Oh, it was locked. Okay. So when I woke up and I was tracking this because I was thinking of a long. This was. This is not supposed to be there. Oh, okay. This was This was because I cut through candles. If a candle is not an expansion, I cut through it to see. I've learned to cut through it on lower time frame to cut through. This is an expansion. So it started from there. Okay, this was a bearish expansion. That was the end of it. Bam, bam. This was a bearish expansion. That was the end of it. But I came in. I said maybe not here, but of course, according to my rules, even if I saw this, I want us to reject it and give me an entry criteria. It did not, it just zoomed past it. So I could cut through it down back here, but there was already something here and this didn't matter. So sometimes I cut through candles just to sometimes maybe get myself into trade, maybe it's a bad habit. And then I was looking, okay, this was the highest expansion we had, which was the candle that closed above it because I'm coming to the market maybe it's around there. I've not seen all that. So this, I wanted to buy this, and then I think I saw people buying this already. I didn't come either which way. I was like, no, okay, this is the bag because it's the second FEG that closed above this expansion. This was the highest expansion I could use for a bullish expansion. So I did not do anything. When price came down, I was watching. I wanted. And this is it. So I was tracking, okay, bearish expansion, end of it. Bearish expansion, end of it. We close through it. We have a bag here. So what do I want to do with this bag? Give me an entry criteria. It didn't give me any entry criteria. This is its invalidation. We close above it. Okay, I don't need you anymore. This was an old bag here because this closed below this. And why was I? Because in the January 23 video, Kish mentions about the BPR. If you have an FEG that is closed by one candle, buy or sell it. So we had a sell. I was expecting a sell here, but instead we closed through it. So I want to buy. I bought this. Didn't take partials. Didn't take, I think maybe gave 20 or something. Yeah. And I wanted more. Took me out. But it was what that was. So when price came back into this bag, so let's start from here. This bag, this is its invalidation. Close below this. We close below, and I have this very painful stuff, but rules are rules. We close below this because this is the leg, this is the candle that forms the FEG. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my goodness God. One. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So this should be it. 1, 2. There are 3 candles that form an FEG. This, and this. So invalidation was here actually. So if invalidation was there, I made an error there. We didn't tap into this. We closed into this, but we rejected by not closing. This was a 2-bar. It dropped here. I should buy this, but it did not. When it came back again, if I had known that this was this, but it doesn't matter, I would be buying this. It will have stopped 35 points. This will be my invalidation. This is what I mean by I said I don't put stop loss, because this will take me out, but it didn't close. It closed below, invalidates this trade, but that was not what happened. So I'm just sharing my stuff again. And then when this was happening, so not to take your time because I was supposed to show the trade. When this was happening, I was like, okay, bag, allow this rejection, but give me an entry. This is not a 2-bar. This needs a close. And when this happened, of course, I still have my I still have the alert set on that. This needs a close above. Close, taps it, comes back to it, goes up, done. But why didn't I trade this guy? This is the invalidation. One, two, that's the count of the close below this. It was very painful. It closed, so I watched I didn't jump into this. So I'm just giving you a breakdown of how I was tracking price. Close this before we close above. So even though we close above and price came back to this because I will have a limit here, I couldn't catch this 100 on over 100 points because that closed there. So no problem. What happened before we closed? We had this bag. Why is it a bag? Because I'll just delete that. Was it a bag? Okay, for one, I was waiting for this BPR because we closed this FEG in one leg. So we closed this FEG here in one leg. And then, is it a bag? When we closed this, did it close through any expansions? It didn't close through this. I was still cutting through this, but then I was saying allow this. I was cutting through this, but actually it was more, I should say, if I'm being honest, it's more to this BPR because if we were supposed to buy, then we close it, then I should sell this. And I sold it actually, to be honest, but that was 60 points because I remember that now. And that was it. But still, I was also tracking this as a bag, I believe, because I was cutting through this candle. But now we are coming to this trade that I said is similar, but again, it's an expansion. Where was the last bearish expansion? For me to be bullish, this was the last bullish expansion. We have to close an expansion here. We closed it here. Okay, I should be bullish. Is there a bag? Was it a bag that closed through there? No, it was just a normal candle. So this is an OB. We see as this is OB, it should short. I don't do that. But if it was an expansion, then I'll have been bullish. No, so I will leave this until we close on the 5 minutes, so until we have a bullish expansion through this high. It was the last, or actually, yeah, because this is on my expansion. So until we close through this high with a bag around this, until we have an expansion through this old expansion and have a bag in it, then I want to buy that. If not, this is just a key level. Maybe these are you guys that the people that use key levels use it, but I don't use it that way. So when this happened, I was tracking this. I saw that, oh, close below above this M5 invalidated. So I wasn't interested again in the short. But then this had happened below that was invalidated, but still. So once we closed below this, I was like, oh, we closed below this, okay. And then I dropped to the 1 minute. Because, I mean, oh my God, wow, what a recovery. Oh my God. So, okay, this is a mechanical trade, and this was at 500 at a point. Nice, down by 400. But my ego says that is for the data, of course. So I dropped to the 1 minute, and I was like, okay, on the 1 minute, what am I saying? When we cross this, allow this, because this is an expansion through this. This is an expansion through this new expansion that closed that 5 minute OB. This is the candle that confirmed the 5 minute OB, and this either that or maybe this. But this is an expansion, so we are expanding through an expansion with a bag. All right, give me this bag. All right, I'm interested. That's right. This trade was interesting. So too many lines. Just to delete. This was invalid. So this is a bag. When we closed inside this, allow this to happen. But the same candle that was testing it had the possible add a possible true buy entry. This I sold this mechanically. On my feed it closed below, but even when it retested, you could have sold it, but I sold that. That was whatever number of entry, and I was targeting 100 points. in this instance. It came to about 80 points or there above. Actually, here, on this entry, you see 80, almost on my feet, and then it reversed again. So this was part of things that I said ego and stuff is stopping, because I shouldn't be letting 80 bag. Of course, I'd closed some position because I usually open more than one most times, and it reversed, and then I sold this again when we had 1, 2. Because when I had the CSD of this, I sold this. I didn't think. And this is what I was saying, that I was like, that I was happy with this, because I saw some guys do it on the go. This is not a bag for me. This is just this is an expansion that is doing nothing. Or to the left, it's not even closing above any expansion that I can be like, you know what, nice. Of course, I was a little bit worried because in my recording I was like, okay, this is an old bag, but we had invalidated it here by closing below the candle that formed it. So I was not afraid of this, but I was thinking about it, that maybe that's why we are struggling to go down. And so while I was this, I kept telling him, I kept writing, this is not a bag. If this was a bag, I'll have closed this. If I didn't close this, I would be, just to move this a little, I would put on my candle, because I'll put this here. This is 1, 2, this is an expansion. Close above this, show me that you want to go up. So once it closes above this, it wants to go up, then I believe it wants to go. If not, this is just, it came close, of course, here. This is just means we are going down. So I'm always tracking this. When I was seeing this, after I allowed price to run down without me tipping at, because I'm at 100 point, when this happened, I was a little bit afraid again. I was like, because this has closed. But then I was like, okay, close above this, because this was still on my chart, this. But then I kept telling myself, this is not a bag. This is not a bag. This is just a normal FEG. So it's not going to be as powerful as a bag, and I can front run it. This is an expansion. This is a bag. Yeah. This is a bag. So I can just, sorry, because I've not done this. I want to just remove this because I forgot to do that. Oh, I'm not. I've forgotten this. The slow PC is going to shut down if I continue. It doesn't matter. I wanted to save this so I can remove this, but just bear with me with this. I've not journaled, so that's why I've not deleted it. So this is a bag. Where is its invalidation? Below this. We already closed below this. Of course, this was when I was selling this, it was risky. I knew that, but I was paying attention. My stop, you see, I left my stop high here because this is a total invalidation. Of course, I'm monitoring this. Had it been we had to close above this, I'll close it all. Had it been we didn't close below this line here. So let me just delete this for a minute. Had it been we just wicked there and we had a CSD. I'm closing everything. I'm not waiting for price to run against me to that level. So also, why was I confident in this short? FEG, we closed it in one leg. Sell this mechanically. Sell into it mechanically. Did it produce? See that later when you came back into it. 80 point. Sell it mechanically or buy it. Why is it they sell? We're going up. So this FEG should have been a buy up, but instantly we closed it. So next time we come into it and form another FEG. This is I think IFAG, but I don't know. Fish, I call it BPR because it's the BPR according to Fish. So sell that. So I was very confident. I was just tracking this. Okay, came back here again. I felt like, give me a CST, sell. And then I put this here because this should be like somewhere. I think when this tapped again into this, I sold it again for 30 points. Because sometimes I just close quickly so that I have saved something. This is me trading my PNL. So sometimes I know, even though I closed this 100 last, it was supposed to be 100. It was the last stuff, and I have video evidence for that. I will still take partials, but you see, and some might say it's negative. Yes, I know. There's this guy named, if anybody checks it, if you watch the video up to this extent, I believe it's Coffee Madness or Scoffy on YouTube. This guy does madness, which he calls it madness, with with a normal support and resistance with negative RR. I don't know. Maybe that's why this bag thing just clicked for me in a way. I've been my friend, my training partner has been studying him a lot, and he's on his group, and I've been telling me a lot about. I've been watching one or two things about him, and I've seen, and I've even been implementing it in a way with my stuff with negative R. And so for me, it's the confidence knowing that someone does it. It takes losses, but most people, it's like someone trading negative R and he has 90s win rate in the 90 percentage, 90 plus percent win rate. Madness indeed. So this was it. So this has taken long again, but that's how I trade. I just pay attention, um, and I'm just tracking. I'm just tracking. We closed below this, another expansion. This was the FEG in it. For instance, started there, bam, bam, closed above. So this FEG is the bag. We closed above this here, invalidated. Long. Did we have an expansion? No, this was an expansion. This was the end of the expansion. So if it's the end of the expansion, did we close above it with another expansion? No, we didn't do that until year 1, 2, 3. So this is the first leg of that expansion that closed above this. Come into it, and I bought this. Close below this, invalidation. Invalidation. Allow this, CST. I bought this massively. Of course, this is an ID stop. It will have stopped me out. Didn't care. If it's expanding, then we should expand above this. Bam, 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 bam. So sometimes I'm very aggressive. I understand maybe Kisha, maybe not, but the aggression is like if it works, big good. I wanted more, so I'll take 20 points. I'll take usually at least maybe 3 entries because I'll take one off at 20, one off at 50, and then I'm playing the last one to 100, which I might close up before, but sometimes I wait for this one. It depends on my mood, but 3 entries allows me to quickly pay myself and go. They're very fast. I remember I was like, oh wow, this is very fast. So this is live example. And that was that. Do we have any expansion again? This is an expansion. Close above it. This is 1 minute, of course. What is the FEG that closed? This is the FEG that closed above it. Extend it out in time. Bam. Yes. Allow this. Oh my god. This is nice. Allow that. Allow it. Okay. Now I'm looking for my entry factor, which is a 2 bar. We close above this. And once you close here, I'm buying that. Stops below that. And this trade, taking a loss here. This was my recovery trade on this loss. I have video evidence of this. I bought into this. It took a while because also I believe on the 5 minute, which was why I was interested in it. This was okay. So I will just move to a different feed and I will just show. Sorry, I get too excited when I'm trading, so don't just ignore me. So it was the 5 minutes. So this was here, an expansion that was, you see, it wasn't even important. Or was it? Now I was tracking it, but why? Why was it important to see? It was just a regular FEG that did nothing. So the 1 minute was what was most important, actually. And this is why I don't, sometimes I still make mistakes, but this is why I prefer expansions around because it makes my life easy. And I bought this CSD, I bought it here, it retraced, I bought, I took partials and I was tracking this because this was the first entry. We CSD it, came back into it, bought again. This took it, I was thinking, did I make a mistake? No. But, and I think I closed everything from here. I think somewhere above here, maybe 4. I think it was 60 points. So it's this candle that took me out of it. No, I put the lower entries here. Either which it doesn't matter. Either which I closed it. Yeah, and where did I get? What frustrated me or made me have a terrible day was um believing in my own hype, and I'm trying to track the stupidity that I did, because now I'm looking at this chart, I'm wondering why I was shorting, what I was doing. It was a buy, but where? Okay, I've seen it. So expansion again, end of the expansion. Was there anything that goes above it? Yes, an FUG. Came back into it, yes, and this was the trade I took. Of course, if you look at this again, end of an expansion on the 1 minute, did we expand through it? Yes. This candle formed an FUG, so that is a bag. Where is its invalidation? There. Entered CSD. Sometimes I still do it if I'm FOMOing or I'm feeling nego. I just go with CSD. I don't wait for my entry factor, and it cost me because my entry factor, there's nothing here. 2 bar. It closed below this, so it's invalidated. I cannot use this, and I didn't. And sometimes I'm not on the chart too, so it doesn't matter. Another one, this expansion rather. This is still an expansion with around the expansion to it. So I was tracking these two. I have this like this. I had this bag. Oh, sorry. I had this bag, and I had this bag, and I'll show you the stupidity I did. So I was very confident. Let's delete that because it's not useful. I was like, okay, we came into these two of them. We CST this. Very lovely. I saw it in time when we're coming back down here. I had that. I saw again. Oh, this was an expansion. It ended here. Let's just use this one. Where's the bag in this? I was like, oh my god, multi bags. This is very, very lovely. So we came here. We CST this. I bought. I bought this. Once we closed, I bought this. I bought before we even closed, which was stupid. So I had lower entries here, and then technically I would buy this because, like I said, I'll buy this, and then on return here, I also added more positions. I closed the first one something for like 20. Yeah, I closed 20, but I was like, okay, no pants. I wanted more. But this is M1. On M1, I'm supposed to be more careful, do more, better, like more smart. 20 points, 50 points, 30 points, take it, especially when you're not happy with things. But why was I not convinced that we're going down, even though this was an FUG? It was one, it didn't close this in one leg, so it was not a VPR. Two, it's not expanding through anything, so I was thinking, no, it will not hold. There's also something here I wanted. I kept seeing this. I was like, nah, I haven't got good entries here. And then I added more. And then I was like, okay, what's invalidation? This expansion, this is invalidation, and it's very close to the invalidation of this one. So it was my stop. I think I had like 4 entries of 5. So it was very aggressive. And I only took 1 partials, and this went all against me. And when it's closed, I had to wait. So when this happened, I didn't close. It gave this, I didn't close. And then on this candle, I closed, and I was waiting a bit. I was doing that, and I closed everything, of course, this. And then I came back here. I needed to recover all the losses here, which is not compulsory, because sometimes a trade might not give you 50 points. It's 20 points, and it's very good. And this is its invalidation here. So I kept waiting. There are video evidence for all this silliness because it's very good. And I took that, and we can delete this. This is more. This is just me showing you what I do, because I really just like talking or not. Expansion. This was a bearish expansion. This is the bullish one on the 1 minute. Nothing happened on the bullish, so I'm not thinking about it. Okay, we close below this bag. I sold this. That's why that's why I know. And also, one of my mechanical models printed here around here exactly on this candle. So sometimes in my videos you see me looking at the 3 minutes or 5 minutes, even with EMAs, because I trade EMA with EMAs a lot too. So it printed for me to short here. It gave a short entry here, and on the it was something like this. That was the stop loss on AUD. That's not nice on my other account, but it seems we went bullish again. So close this, and it was a that's a 1.1 to 1 hour strategy. That's the same thing that lost on the AUD now. It's but for the 1 hour, but it does not what more important. So the bag allow this, and if you allow that, you need an FEG that closed. I was tracking this happened, and I sold there, went up again, I sold inside there. Well, why was I selling? Because my strategy was telling me to sell already, because I pay attention to it. But if I was waiting, I would have missed this here, because this is the next one, and this will have closed, and once it's closing up below this, that was it. But I took this risk, even though all of this, because you have to think about it. This is, while I was not, like I said, I'm not really happy about my performance today. This is the total invalidation. This is 70 points that ran against me, and I was searching. I think I took 20, 50. I didn't wait for 100 on this trade. I didn't wait for 100. I think I waited. I closed it at, I need to see the 1 hour of this. So and my partials either went through all this, or either I closed it myself, and that should have been 80 points. But this, did it come back here? Of course it did. Did it? No, it didn't. But that would have been painful, Came very close, and then, oh no, that is okay. Yes, oh yes. And then that's very painful to have dropped, to have missed your limits and then dropped 90 points. But I sold, and that's just the end of it. And then what am I doing? I'm tracking. We close this. This is 1 minute, of course. I don't really like trading 1 minute, but I still do. Sometimes I would take this if I was, but normally I shouldn't. Allow it, rejected. We close below this, and once we close below this, I should sell this. I will sell this. This is my total invalidation. 55. This 55 is very good, and I should be out of this. Why should I be out of this at that point? This is start of an expansion that was closing above this. This is a bag. Kishi already says when you are targeting, one of the best ways to target the other bag. I would be out of this trade. I should be out of this trade. Of course, I've stopped trading after this. I should be out of this trade here. This eats it. This is, if you believe you are bullish, because why not? 1, 2, 3, 4. End of the expansion, close above this, we tapped it. So let's say I'm shorting this trade. Once this is happening, I'm putting this here. I'm saying like close above this. So even if I had the partials, close above this, I should be out. This would, maybe I might not have reacted fast because I don't know how this played. But once we close above this, too bad. Even though, but this is 1 minute. You have to think about that. Like, even though this happened, bam, bam, it is the first rejection. What I'm seeing, a first rejection with an expansion that is closing above this, I don't always wait. On the 1 minute, I don't have the luxury. I usually tell myself I don't have the luxury, because things like this can happen, and it did happen. And instantly, let's say you had switched your bias to like whatever happened down there, eventually when this failed here. And see why. FEG, I track it. We didn't close above it until here with one leg. Did we? Oh my God, no, we did not. We stopped there. I don't know how close about it. I'll have bought it. Once I'm buying a BPR, I'm not even overthinking. I'm just buying another one here. That is why I was always shouting the January 2030 video. I know that this is maybe just because of this group and because this is what I'm saying. BPR, buy this. Don't even think about it. If you didn't buy that FG because that was happening in real time, comes back here, buy it. I would not put my stop here. Why? There's a bag below, and this is invalidation. Bag, buy. But I'm doing this, I'm thinking a lot. Oh, I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to go about me. 50 point, thank you, I run away. This is invalidation. Buy. Go out. 50 points, expansion, 20. I'm coming back here. I'm thinking about if this is strong, then you should go through this invalidation. Close below this, thank you. I cannot enter again. We are done. Next bag, no bag. So expansion. Where's the FEG? This is the FEG. Like I said, 1 minute sometimes it doesn't give you. This trade will miss me, but it doesn't matter. Expansion. This is the last expansion. This is the candle that expanded through it. Did we do anything? No, it was just a normal candle. Nothing. So if we CST this candle, then that would be a short, depending on what is there. So why not? Because you can create stop and sell and see. But maybe that's, I don't know. I'm just on this video just saying that maybe if this might be the proper FEGs or not, other blocks. So we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 5 candle expansion. Did it close above any expansion? Yes, it did. It closed above these two guys. So is there any FEG in it? Yes. This is the first FEG we have rejected. If I'm trading this, I'm asking myself, okay, that is nice. That is too high because my invalidation for that expansion leg is here, is a close below this. At this, let's delete this for a minute. Buying it here is 68 points. That's madness. But closing above that, even if I didn't get a trade, is telling me, okay, they are still bullish. But now we've tested this, we are retesting it. I'm looking for an excuse to buy. If we CSD this candle, let's say it ends it's ending now. Okay, it finished. If we close above it, I'll buy. My stop is going to be down there, and I would wait. But for me, of course, the preferred one would be, let's have 2 candle close, give me my entry and go. But if we close below this, I would buy. And this is what I do every day. I do it on the 5 minutes. I do it on the 1 hour. I don't overcomplicate it. I know on the 5 minutes, sometimes I don't get a trade. Okay, let's say I was waiting for this 5 minutes. Did we close? Bam, bam, bam. No, we did not. It was not expanding below anything. So I'm not in this trade. This trade will have missed me. I was not here. So if I was trading 5 minutes, I have no trade all day. And that's not the problem. Of course, now we're coming back into this old M5. Was there anything here? No, actually, no. This was the bag. This was the M5 bag. Oh, we've already, she's not validating because we already closed above it here. So, all right, I'm buying this if I'm on my phone, which I am going to do now. And yeah, of course, this is just demo trading it because I'm done for the day. But that's what I do, and I will share if it wins or not. I will share with us. So, all right,